Hello and welcome to Advisor Hangout, where we share thought leadership ideas with the financial planning community. Advisor Hangout is brought to you with the support of Nucleus, the leading investment platform for financial planners. You can find out more about them at nucleusfinancial.com. I'm Abraham Okusanya, and my guest today is Colin Lawson, the managing partner here at Equilibrium Asset Management. Hi, Colin.
Hi, good afternoon.
Welcome to Advisor Hangout. You've previously I've heard you talk about the role of seminars and events
Sure.
in your marketing process. Tell us a bit more about that.
Well, the seminars go way back now to, after I first set up, I was what I classed as a traditional IFA for the first couple of years. And to put it in a very harsh way, it was seeing individuals in an evening and recommending products to them that they desperately needed but often couldn't afford. And whilst the business did very well, working every night wasn't something that I wanted to do. And so I had to step backwards and did some blue sky thinking and said, well, okay, what do I actually want? If I'm going to build a business, what's it going to look like? And I said, well, okay, first of all, I'm in financial services. It would be really useful to see people with money. So that was number one. Secondly, I wanted to see them during the daytime. Thirdly, I wanted to see them at a location of my choice. And I finally added into that I would actually like to build a business, something that was scalable and that ultimately could support me without me supporting it. And obviously, when you look at those criteria, you say, well, okay, I need people with money during the day. Well, they're likely to be retired. So how do I go out there and find some wealthy retired people? At the time, there was a guy called John Cross who was working at St. James Partnership and been incredibly successful. And his business model was he would put on seminars as a roadshow throughout the UK, go and see a number of people and invest their money for them. And so we looked at what they were doing and effectively replicated it, but in our own unique, different way, and started out doing seminars from scratch. And it's still bar none the most successful, simple marketing that we can possibly do, because I can guarantee that if we mail so many people will turn up. From that, we'll have so many meetings. From that, you'll generate so many assets. And so, in simple numbers, if it costs us £10,000 a day to put on a seminar, if we can invest 2 million from that seminar and charge 1%, that's £20,000 a year. So if we can spend £10,000 as an outlay and then get back 20,000 every year, year in, year out, then it's simple maths. Anybody would go down that line in terms of a marketing expense. I can't do the same thing with a newspaper advert. I also think it's critical in that we're such an intangible business, aren't we? It's very service orientated. It's very people orientated. And if you've got a lot of money, you don't want to pick up the yellow pages or just go on Google and look at the websites, because they all look the same. Let's face it, almost all the websites I can pretty much write them from top to toe. What you actually want to do is to be able to meet with the people in an informalised setting, to get a feeling for who they are, what they do, and whether there's a fit there. And so seminars are our shop window. It's the way that I describe it. It allows people to walk into the shop, to browse, to get a feel for whether the people are right for them, whether our process and what our investment management style is right for them. And so we've just ended up doing more and more and more.
So roughly, how many of those do you run now, and how do you get people to come? How do you market the events?
It's very old school. We keep thinking there must be a better way of doing it.
I like old school. Seems to be working.
And often a lot of other IFAs will come in and say, tell me about seminars and how you do them. And it's a very disciplined process, and if you follow it, it is a recipe. The results will come. And first of all, we look for areas where there is data that indicates that there are enough investors in that area that will qualify for the levels of assets that we're looking for. You then go and rent that data list from a data house, and we're looking for 10,000 names typically in an area. we'll mail them 10,000 people with an invite. As I say, it's very old school. 10,000 invites go out. And if we're lucky from those 10,000 invites, we'll get 40 or 50 new prospects that will come to an event. We'll invite existing clients as well. It's great. They're our best salespeople. Yeah. So they'll come along. And then you host the event, and then obviously you'll get a certain conversion ratio for people that want to come in for an appointment. And it's very long term as well, because people will still contact us now, or we'll still be in contact with people that might have come to a seminar 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But the time will then be right for them to come on in. So our main venue, which we started at about 17 years ago now, we're still doing 5 presentations a year at that same venue, mailing the same 10,000 people. And you think it will dry up at some point, but it doesn't. It doesn't. And then more recently, we've moved into Chester and also into the Knutsford Hale area. So we do 5 in each of those areas, 3 different venues, so we're doing 15 a year. But to complement those as well, we also do investment dinners, which is a private dining room. About 16 people, and we'll get a fund manager in to give a 20-minute talk on their area of expertise. It's very good for healthy debate, and again, it's a mixture of prospects and existing clients. And for those, again, we mail out a higher level invite to the top 1,000 people on that same data list. So at the moment, I think we're planning to do about 8 of those over the year. We have 4 client quarterly briefings for existing clients to find out more about where we're up to from the investment world. And then obviously it's Christmas time at the moment. We have 4 Christmas full sit-down dinners. So we had 100 yesterday, we've got 100 tomorrow, and another 200 next week. So I think it's about 400 people. It's one big turkey this year. And then we do things like, we had a new client mingle here. We use the offices for that. Invited I think it was 70 odd people who joined us over the last 12 months to come and meet more of the team, and we just did wine and canapes in the office one evening. So the next one of those is for clients that have been with us for more than 10 years. So 2004 and before is the next invite list, which will be in the new year. So yeah, it's a full-on schedule of events. It's fair to say.
Great stuff. So I know you you talked about how you went discretionary in 2009. Tell me how that is made a practical difference to how you run client money.
Sure. When we went discretionary, the first part was that we didn't want to change anything. We wanted to have exactly the same model portfolios we had before. Most people now run model portfolios, exactly the same asset allocation models. All we wanted to be able to do was to do things more efficiently and to do things quicker. That was it.